Today we're going to be talking about our hoof health and how we manage it and how we use our foot bath to help us make sure the cows have comfortable feet, because what we don't want is a bunch of lame cows walking around in our barn. What's going to happen is they're not going to walk around that much and they're going to be less motivated to go up and eat some food, and our production is going to go down. So we're going to explain how we maintain good hoof health in our herd. One of the biggest things that we struggle with as a dairy farm here in Western Canada is hairy heel wart. And this is something that the cows will get on their hooves or around the top of their hoof, on their hairline, around that area. And it's basically a wart. It's got a ton of different names, and depending on where you're from, you'll call it something different. Some people call it strawberry foot. We called it hairy heel wart, but what it's really called is digital dermatitis. We don't want to be treating a bunch of cows with hairy heel wart, so it's better that we prevent it from even happening. And we do this by running a copper sulfate foot bath. The copper sulfate comes in bags, it's in powder form, and we just got to mix it up into that foot bath. We're going to go ahead and set it up right now. There's a little door at the back of that foot bath, so by opening this air valve, it shuts it and keeps it shut. Then we're going to fill it up with hot water. It's all filled up now. There's always a bit of that brown stuff that shows up when you mix it up with the water, but it's nothing to worry about. We're gonna go ahead and mix it with a shovel to make sure that all of that powder is mixed up evenly with the water. Should be all good for milking time now. A couple other things, you only want to run about 300 cows through here because it starts to become less effective as more manure ends up in this foot bath. The reason why this stuff works so good is because it's highly inorganic and it kills a ton of that bacteria that spreads it throughout your herd. And as more manure, more organic matter gets in there, it becomes less effective at killing those bacteria. We'll also come back here a couple times during milking just to top it off. We always want to make sure it's, no less than 4 inches deep, so that it's covering those dew claws of the cow. Another really important thing for hoof health in your herd is getting those cows up off of this concrete for 10 to 14 hours a day. Cows were never really intended to walk on concrete for 10 months at a time. You can't chase the ladies into these beds. They need to go in on their own. And the only really way of doing that is to make them as soft, as dry, and as comfortable as possible so that they're motivated to go lay in them on their own. This is why we scrape the manure out twice a day, and we also come along once a day with a rake on the bobcat and try and fluff up as much of that sand as we possibly can. Now we're gonna milk the cows. Over the course of the next 3 hours, all the cows are gonna walk through that foot bath and get their feet rinsed. Come on, let's go, lady. Hey. I know, sometimes they do some funny stuff. The cows walk through this foot bath every single day twice, so they're never really too shy to go through it. It's just once a week when we fill it up with this solution. It's something new again, and they might hesitate a little bit, but for the most part, they walk through it pretty easily. You can see the foot bath is getting pretty dirty. It's not that nice teal color anymore. Cows are splashing it out, so we're just gonna come over here and top it off again, just to make sure the second group has enough solution in there. It's looking pretty dirty. All the cows walked through it already. It's about halfway full now. We're just gonna drain it out and clean it. We're just gonna open the gate at the back by closing the air off to it. That is going to be it for today's video, guys. If you enjoyed, make sure to hit those like and subscribe buttons down below. Check out the Instagram at SaskDutch, and I hope to see you guys in the next video.